Hello guys! I'm so excited to get started with this writing lesson today. We are going to be talking about writing narratives, specifically personal narratives. So let's go ahead and get started. So my goal for each of you guys today is that by the end of this lesson, I want you to be able to write a personal narrative about a time that you were brave. We're going to get more into that later, but I want you to know that that's where we're heading, okay? So, what is a narrative? Now, we've talked about some narratives a little bit in class, but I'm going to go over it so that we all are on the same page with what a narrative is. A narrative is a story that is written, okay? It can be fictional or non-fictional. Now, pause. Who remembers what fiction and non-fiction is? I want you to think in your brains about the difference between fiction and non-fiction for a second here. Yes, that's right. Fiction is something that is made up. Nonfiction means that it's true, it really happened, okay? And the personal narrative can be short or long. Today we're going to be focusing more on short ones, and then from your short one, we will make it longer way later in class. So just worry about today, it's just going to be a short narrative, okay? So right here, I provided an example of a personal narrative. Now, this is just one that I found online, and I'm going to read it out loud to you. And as I'm reading it out loud, feel free to follow along on your screen, but I also just want you to listen for words. See what the story's saying. See what you notice about this type of writing, okay? So the title of this piece is called Keep an Eye on the Sky. I was in gym class when my teacher suggested we go outside and play softball. As we made our way out to the field, my stomach slowly turned into a giant knot of fear. Softball is just not my game. I have a knack for always getting hit in the head by the ball. It doesn't matter where I'm standing. The ball just seems to find me. My teammates gave me a glove and put me way out in left field. I didn't complain. I just wanted to make sure I knew when gym class ended so I wouldn't be left behind. Nothing happened the first 3 innings. Well, things happened, but not in my little part of the softball field. I started daydreaming. The next thing I knew, I heard the sound of a ball whizzing through the air. I put up my glove to protect my head, and an amazing thing happened. I caught the ball in my glove. Not only did I catch the ball, but I helped my team to win. I was a hero to my classmates for the rest of the day, and I learned something. I may not always see the flying balls that come my way, but I can always take a chance and try to catch one. So that is our story. So what did you maybe notice about this narrative? Something that I noticed is that they use the word I a lot, okay? So you can tell that this was written by someone and that this really happened to them, right? I also noticed that they went in the order of events of how it happened. The writer didn't start by saying, I caught the ball, but yeah, I was in gym class and first we were playing and I was really scared and I didn't want to play. No, he goes in order of how the events happened. That is something very important for our personal narratives, okay? They also use descriptive words. He talked about his stomach turning into a giant knot of fear, right? So, it says he heard the sound of the ball whizzing through the air. He used good language, right? So these are some things I want you to be thinking about when you're thinking about personal narrative. Okay, let's move on. So, a little bit about our writing process. We've been practicing this all year, but the same thing kind of goes for personal narratives. Now, because we're doing a short one today, it might not look as detailed as the writing process that we've been practicing with our other types of writing, but the first thing you're going to do is you're going to brainstorm. We always brainstorm first so that you feel good about the story you're going to write. I want you to feel good about your stories, okay? So like I said, your little prompt for today is thinking about a time that you were brave. So for the brainstorm, I really just want you to think in your heads. If it helps you, get out a piece of paper, write down some ideas of, okay, maybe when was a time that I was brave? I want you to feel really good about your story. I want you to be like, oh yes, I can write about this and I feel good about it, okay? The next thing you're going to be thinking about is your main details or your points, okay? So if it's a story about something that actually happened to you, which each of you are going to be writing about, I don't want any fiction in this one. I want it to be some time that you were brave, and I know that each of you have a time that you were brave, okay? You're going to be thinking about maybe what order of events, how it happened. So maybe a good example is you were really scared to jump off the high dive at the pool or off the diving board. So first thing you do is you got to the pool, right? And then you saw the diving board and you felt scared, but you wanted to try it. So then you walked up to the diving board and then you finally gathered the courage and then you dove in, right? Those are going to be kind of your main order of events. I want you to also make sure that you're using good details, okay? It's not just, I went to the pool, I saw a diving board, I was scared, I jumped off the diving board. I want you to use details. How did you feel in that moment? What was it like, okay? Be creative and really use those details and those descriptive words that we've been trying to practice in our writing time, okay? Then you're gonna write. You're gonna write your piece. I want you to make sure you're using your best spelling, your best grammar, just trying your best on this. So today you're going to be typing this out on Padlet, so this is a great time for you to practice your typing skills. Now I know that some of you guys don't feel super good about typing, and that is a-okay, because we have been practicing it in our computer class, and you're only going to write a couple sentences, so I know you can do it, okay? So try your best, work hard. Here's a couple other things we've already kind of talked about. Be creative. Be creative in your writing. This is a time for you to express yourself, okay? You're getting to talk about a time that you were brave. I want you to make your writing interesting. I want you to have a good story. I want you to be excited to share it. Be original. I don't want you to use the example that I put on Padlet. I want you to think of your own example, okay? Read the instructions, which I've already given you the instructions. They're very easy. You're writing about a time that you were brave. Write in order like we talked about. You're going to be writing in order of things, how they happened, okay? Don't want you skipping around because that will be confusing for your reader. And like we said, use proper grammar, try your best with spelling, do your best, okay? Now I want you to try. I want you to think of a time that you were brave. You're going to write one paragraph, just one paragraph, a personal narrative on Padlet about a time that you were brave. So, it needs to be at least 4 sentences. I have that on Padlet. It's just one paragraph, okay? Remember to use your best spelling and grammar and just try your best. Okay, I'm excited to see what each of you guys write. Feel free to read your classmates' pieces as you're posting yours. The link to Padlet will be in Google Classroom, and I'm excited to see all of your guys' personal narratives. I hope you were able to learn a little bit more about what personal narratives are today. Okay, have a great rest of your day, and I'm so excited to hear from you. Bye.